Hey there everybody, welcome back to my channel for another acrylic pouring video. I am doing another Dutch pour today, and actually today I am doing a traditional, official Dutch pour. My paints are mixed with just water. Now the thing about just mixing with water is you have to use higher quality paint. If you use craft paint, the paints don't hold up very well with just water. So I'm using a mix of Blick Studio Acrylics and Amsterdam paints, and then this one is Sargent. So I've got, this is trying to replicate my Caribbean blue color. So this is Blick, I think it's Bright Aqua Green with some Amsterdam white. This dark navy is Blick Phthalo Blue with some Amsterdam black. This is Metallic Blue by Sargent. This is Metallic Teal from Blick. And then my base color is Amsterdam Titanium White. And I'm not going to show you a big mix. It is quite watery. Usually when I say to mix paint, I say it shouldn't seem watery. It should flow well but not be watery. This is watery because I actually did a test video with these same paints, and I think they were too thick and there were too many bubbles, and it didn't work great. So I've added some more water and we're going again. Also, I'm not going to do a lot of stirring because the higher quality paints, especially mixed with just water, for some reason they hold on to air bubbles like crazy. So that can make an annoying effect in your dried painting, so I'm trying not to overmix this. Okay, but those are my colors. And I've got my blow dryer that I'm going to use to blow it out. I've got an 8x8 canvas, and let's go ahead and put the base coat down. When you use floetrol and then water to do a Dutch pour, your paint can be thicker, and a little bit thicker, and it'll still flow. But with just paint and water, because it doesn't have that extra effect that the floetrol gives it, it has to actually be thinner, otherwise it doesn't flow. So I'm happy with this consistency right now. I was able to blow that out with the medium setting on my blow dryer instead of the high setting. So I think that's a good sign. Okay, I'm going to torch the base coat to get rid of as many of these bubbles as I can, because there are a lot. Okay, that's gotten rid of most of them. I will torch it again after I've made the design. See, if you've got all these little air bubbles in here, then once you blow out the design and you torch again, you'll get all these little tiny white specks as all these bubbles pop. And I'd rather not have that effect. So I'm just going to let this sit for a minute, let those bubbles rise to the top, so I can pop as many of them as I can before I put my colors on. Okay, I've popped as many of these air bubbles as I can. I don't feel like waiting a really long time, so I'm going to put down my colors and hope that I don't have too many air bubbles in the finished paint. So I'm going to start with this, the approximated Caribbean blue, which is the, I think, Bright Aqua Green with some white, and then some of this dark navy. And then a little bit of this metallic blue, and some of this metallic teal on the top. So I'm not making a super clean puddle, but I do want different layers of color moving over each other. Now I'm going to add some more paint around this puddle. This is the flow paint. This is very important because it helps you be able to actually move the design across the canvas. I'll torch one more time and then we'll blow it out. Let me just pause here. This is looking gorgeous. I think I'm going to blow one more time this direction. On such a small canvas, a lot of the tweaking, it's really better to use your mouth or a straw. This is super pretty. I'm just going to tweak a couple of places that I don't totally love. Okay, this is super pretty. I think I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to torch it a little bit to see if I can bring up any more cells. Unfortunately, that's probably going to add a bunch of these little white specks, but I don't think we can help that. Okay. Alright, I'm happy with this. There's like one cell in the middle I don't love the shape, but I'm not going to be picky about that. Let me give you a close-up because I really like this. Okay, here we go. So beautiful, wispy colors. You can see those little white specks. Those are from the air bubbles in the base coat. I could have let my paint sit longer. Today I let it sit 3 or 4 hours before painting. I could have let it sit 24 hours, and that might have eliminated some of those little specks. But we got some beautiful cells up there. I think these metallic colors are going to be amazing once they dry. So yeah, very successful. And when it's dry, I'll show you a side-by-side comparison with this paint and water Dutch pour with my floetrol Dutch pour. Here are the two paintings side by side. I tried to use almost exactly the same colors, I laid them down in the same way, and I blew them out the same way. But it's amazing what different results we have. So here was the one that I did with floetrol. Interestingly, it had a lot more cells come up. Also, the dark colors stayed much more solid. We had this one section over here that got delicate and wispy, which was nice, but the rest remained pretty solid. Whereas over here with the paint and water, we had a lot of these delicate fading areas. So that may be an effect that's easier to get with high quality paint and water. And floetrol, of course this paint was slightly thicker also with the floetrol in it. So overall, both of them worked very well. And I didn't really have a favorite because with paint and water, when you blow it, it seems to, like the designs that you do seem to stay put better. But then, I don't know if you can see those tiny little pock marks from the air bubbles. When you're using high quality paint and water, it is hard to get all of the air bubbles out of your paint. When you use floetrol, it's just not a problem. I mean, you look at that and there's no air bubbles, it's totally smooth. So I feel like they're both good options. Using floetrol is definitely less expensive using the higher quality paint and water is the official way, and it's one that I want to explore more because I feel like it has potential that I have not experienced yet. So if you're curious, get yourself some high quality paint, mix it with water, and give it a try and see how you like it. Thanks so much for watching this video. I hope you'll come back to my channel and watch some of my other videos. Thanks, and I'll see you next time.